Hey, what's going on there, YouTube? Marcus Levy here for the 14th in the Angry Ranter Vlog Series. This one's probably not going to be super duper long, but I'm going to meet up with Shannon for a little bit because I've just kind of had a bit of a night where I've been in a bit of a different kind of headspace. So I did find out that I didn't get that full-time job, and I'm a little discouraged, but that's okay. I mean, to me, that full-time job was, it meant a lot, but here's the thing. I understand the reasons why I didn't get it, and also it was tight. It was neck and neck. I knew that if another guy who worked there applied, he was going to get it, 100%. I would have given it to him. So I'm actually proud to be under him because he'll do a fantastic job. Nothing against him. Nothing against him. He's a good guy and he'll do a great job. And now, I become the #1 part-timer because I'm now the longest served part-timer of everyone who's still there. So, you know what? All in all, no hard feelings. But the one thing I did want to talk about in today's video is I've been listening to a lot of podcasts lately, more so the minimalists, and I too have picked up the olive branch of minimalism myself, and wanted to discuss that a little bit. Specifically, one or two points that they have. I want to talk about the first point in here today, and then the second point in tomorrow. So this vlog is actually going to be called Minimalism Part 1, and then Minimalism Part 2 will be tomorrow's. So, for Minimalism Part 1, I want to talk about cultivating your passion. So we all know the old saying, follow your passion, or follow your dreams, or whatever. But there's a number of people who say that that's a crock of bull, and that you shouldn't do that, because how are you to know what you're truly passionate about because you know what follow your passion really means, and I've thought about this a lot over the last couple of days. Follow your passion really means go only as far as it will take you in a positive manner. Like, go only as far as the passion will allow you to, until you kind of hit a bump in the road, and then a majority of people just kind of bail after that, right? Because now there's really no reason to continue following the thing you're passionate about, because now it's gotten hard. But what Joshua Milburn and Ryan Nicodemus talk about when we talk about cultivating your passion, it means find something that you're passionate about, but then also drudge through the drudgery and work really hard, and even go through the hard moments. And I know for me, one of my personal passions that I want to cultivate is writing. I want to write myself a book, and I've always got way too many ideas. I know I mentioned a book, Society Schmociety. Eventually I do want to write that, but I've got another book that I want to write before that, because I kind of need to think of the order I want to release them, and because I'm a very philosophically minded individual, as a lot of you are aware of, I have come across in my time a number of ideas that I've always had for books and things to write, and could never really, had never really set aside the time to really start focusing on getting these ideas down on paper. But I want to do that now. And cultivating your passion, I think, is super important for everybody. Because your passion, at first, might not make you any money, It might take me, say, 6 months, a year, 2 years even, before I get this book down and start and get it out to publishers and stuff like that. And I might not make very much off of the first book, but eventually it can form the happy living that you want to have. And I would love to be a writer. That'd be great. Especially like a philosophical writer, and write the kind of, not self-help books, but because self-help is a very 80s, 90s blah kind of thing. But I'm talking philosophy, real critiques of society and all of that stuff. I'm good at that. That's why I'm the Angry Ranter. for frig's sakes. That's why I'm the Angry Ranter. I have a lot to be angry about, a lot to rant about, but so I just take the more philosophical-minded ideals and points and put them into books. And that's something I've always wanted to do, and I know that I would love to do. And so I think that's what I'm going to try doing. And I'm going to work really hard at it. And I think all of you out there in the Angry Ranterverse should definitely think about doing the same thing and working to cultivate your passions as well. Find something you're passionate about, but then work really, really hard. Dedicate literally an hour minimum a day to working on it, but pick one thing to start with. Because there's a lot of people who will say things like, well, I'm passionate about like 5 things, so I'll dedicate like 20 minutes a day to each one. You might improve a little bit, but only incrementally. You need to pick one thing. If we live 80 years, but you don't really start cultivating your passions until you're 20, and you spend 10 years, that's 6 different passions. And that's not saying that once you've cultivated the one and start the second one, you're going to give up on the first one, just be like, screw it, I don't want to do that one anymore. You might say that, but that's not what it's all about. You know? Your passions will stay with you, but because you cultivated it and worked really hard at it, you'll be good at it. And then of course you'll have that life experience. So if I start the writing thing, which I've always been pretty good at writing, people have always said, but I've just never sat down and taken the time. If here in 2019 I, hack away at it, by 2029 I'll be a best-selling author. I wouldn't know, maybe not best-selling, but I'll definitely be an author. I'll be someone who has probably written several books. Who knows, this could be like a kind of a time capsule thing where I say this is what I'm gonna do, and then 10 years from now I look back at it and I'm like, you're damn right I did it, Comment below, what are you passionate about? And do you think this is good advice? Maybe cultivating your passion instead of just following it? I think it's great advice. Also, check out the Minimalist podcast on iTunes and Spotify. Alright guys, new episode of the Angry Ranter Show was posted yesterday. Trashy, techie tirade. Go check that out as well. Check me out on Twitter at Levy_Marcus. I'm getting up there. I've got 14 or 15 Twitter followers now. I'm getting there. Like and subscribe here on YouTube. Ring that bell. Notifications. You won't miss any vids. And then of course, because I post daily. And as I've said on the Angry Ranter Show, I'm challenging myself to do 356 days. Sorry, 365 days. Well, it'll be 366 because there is a leap year in Feb 2020. But basically, I want to challenge myself to do a full year of vlogs. Also, check me out on the Angry Ranter, at the Angry Ranter 2019 on Instagram. All right, till tomorrow. Peace out. Minimalism Part 2, tomorrow. We're going to talk about... I said cultivating your passions was today. Tomorrow we're going to talk... I will rewatch this video. I'll remember what I said. But Minimalism Part 2 tomorrow.